In the second of this week's two parshas, Parshas Pekudei, in Parak Lamed Tes, Pasuk Lamed Beis, just before Revi, we're told that the work for the Mishkan was finished and it had been done by the whole of Klal Yisrael. And the words of the Pasuk are, Vayakhel kol avodas Mishkan Oil Moed, and the work for the building of the Oil Moed was complete. Vayasu b'nei Yisrael kechol asher tziva Hashem es Moshe, and Klal Yisrael Vayasu, they all did like Hashem had commanded Moshe. Asked the Orachaim, did they all do this? Was it not Betzalel, Eliab, and those specially chosen people who were the ones to perform the work in the Mishkan? It wasn't the whole of Klal Yisrael. How can we say by Ya'asu b'nei Yisrael that the whole of Klal Yisrael did this? And in the second of the two answers that the Orachaim gives, he says like this, that perhaps this is giving us a central theme and understanding how to keep the whole of Torah. And he explains that it's impossible for any one person from the Jewish people to fulfill all 613 mitzvahs. And we need to fulfill all 613 mitzvahs because each of the mitzvahs, whether they are the positive commandments, whether they are the negative commandments, each aseh and lo aseh corresponds to another limb or sinew in our body. As we know, there are Ramach Ivarim, the 248 Ivarim, and Shasa Gidim, 365 Gidim, which each correspond, each one to either mitzvahs aseh or mitzvahs lo aseh respectively. So how is it that we're each going to perfect every single one of our limbs and sinews if we can't perform every one of those mitzvahs? For there are some mitzvahs that are only for Kohanim, some mitzvahs only for Levim, some mitzvahs only for Yisraelim, some which are only for men, some which are only for women. Says the Orachaim that perhaps this is the answer, and it's reflected in the mitzvah of Ahavta l'reacha kamecha. It's impossible for any one of us to fulfill all of the mitzvahs, but if we each assist each other in performing the mitzvahs that we can do and that others can do, then we are all performing mitzvahs on behalf of each other. And the mitzvahs that are done by others are done for us, and the mitzvahs that we do are done for others. And that's what he means, it's impossible for any one of us to live on our own. We all need to come onto each other. And therefore listen to these beautiful words. That's what the pirish, your friend is exactly like you. When it's good for him, then it's good for you. When it's peaceful for him, when it's peaceful for another Jew, it's good for you. And via your friend, you actually are fulfilling your being a complete person. The Imkain, and therefore, the other Jew is not just someone else. He's actually like you and a part of you. Says the Orachaim, therefore, that when it says over here, Vayasu b'nei Yisrael, you're correct that it was only a portion of Klal Yisrael that did the mitzvah, that did the actual building of the Mishkan. But we never are fulfilling the whole of Torah on our own. We are always coming on to others. Here the Torah tells us that when they built the Mishkan, and like this for every mitzvah, Vayasu b'nei Yisrael, we are always all doing this together. And only that way can we be a perfect Jew, by living and doing mitzvahs together on behalf of each other and for each other.